my god. What's up, guys? This is MapCRim over here for some more Wi-Fi battles and stuff. This battle's versus AK47, and this is just some random battle, I think. I don't know, whatever. He leads off with a Jolteon, I lead off with fucking Tentacruel, and I'm like, fuck. So I switch to a Notori because, you know, he's electric. I am a Steel Grass type. Resistant. Woohoo. And then he sends in a fucking Victini, and I'm like, shit, here comes a Fire Blast. So I go into Latios, and I'm like, yo, fucking walled your ass. And then I switches out into I'm fluffy too and takes a Draco Meteor to the face, which how the fuck did this thing live a Draco Meteor from a Specs Latios? I have no idea. But whatever. So I knew something bad was gonna happen to this Latios because, you know, Mischievous Art and all that shit. So I switched to Poke. He ends up using Stun Spore, which is great. I'm happy I switched. And yeah. So now he goes for Cotton Guard for whatever reason. Maybe he thought he'd live a Gyro Ball after that, which he wouldn't, but he got I got paralyzed, so whatever. And then he switches out, which is quite random, so I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so I switched to my Tentacruel predicting the Fire Blast again, and I'm like, yo, walled your ass, and he switches out into a Scizor, and I'm like, get burned, bitch, and he doesn't get burned, which sucks. But now that he knows I have Scald, he's like, oh shit, I don't want to get burned, so he goes back into his little fluffy thingy, which doesn't die. I don't know why it won't die. I want it to die, because those things are annoying as fuck. And yeah, you Stun Spore, and I'm like, please don't get paralyzed. Oh, bitch, if it gets paralyzed, which it doesn't, which is fun, and I kill it with an Acid Bomb. I don't know. Oh yeah, this is still my Japanese ROM. Why the fuck am I not using my English one for the shits? It doesn't matter. Anyways, he goes for the Thunderbolt, which I knew I would live, and I'm like, yay, free talk to... Oh, never mind. I get paralyzed because paralyzation sucks. So, yeah. I go back into Notori because I knew I would live anything that this Jolteon could throw at me. That thing needs 10 Power Fire, by the way. And, yeah, he goes into a Victini, and I Leech Seed it, and I'm like, yay, Leech Seed. Awesome. And, yeah, so... I get to the Leech Seed, and I go into my Blooper as basically death fodder. Ends up having Thunderbolt. I don't know why I didn't use it before. Maybe he just didn't want to get whatever. I don't know. So I was predicting a switch, so I go for Sub, but he ends up just saying in Thunderbolt, which is fine with me because he does have the Leech Seed on him, so I get all my HP back. So worst case scenario, I'll just Leech Seed stall it and it'll die. Or you can switch out. I don't care. So, yeah, ends up he switches out into a Scizor. I go for a Sub, which is Schmexy fuck it, it was sexy. And, yeah, he goes for a Bullet Punch, and, yeah, whatever. But I missed the Focus Blast, because, dude, hacks everywhere, man. I hate it. So, predicting another Bullet Punch, I go into my Arbok, and seeing that I had leftovers and shit, I knew it wasn't Choice Banded, and, bitch, that Bullet Punch did nothing! Fuck. A Scizor is getting walled by an Arbok. I love it, okay? And it takes a Fire Fang to the face, which is a 2-hit KO because Arbok's attack is big-ass shit. And, yeah, so he goes into a Gliscor, and that thing was a Toxic Orb Gliscor, and I burned it. And I lolled my ass off right here, because I burned it, and I'm happy. And, yeah, hacks is hacks. So, now he sends in fucking Victini, predicting to switch in my Notori, which was smart, and then I go into Latios again, hoping I don't get burned from the Fire Blast, which I don't, and then something will die from a Surf, which it did. So, yeah, that's a dead Scizor. And, yeah, so now he sends in Jolteon because, yeah, and I go into Pokey because, you know, resistant and shit. Actually, Signal Beam isn't resistant, but, you know, it's a fucking beast of a wall anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so he switches out, goes into his Victini again, and I Leech Seed it, again. And, yeah, fun for everyone. And, I think I just go for a Protect here. Luckily, I don't get paralyzed, which is fun, and, you know, Leech Seed stall for the win. So I switch out, go into my Arbok again, pretty much as Death Fodder, because I wanted to free switch into Latios again, but I end up living that with 4 HP, which is lolzy. And, yeah, and since this dude watches my videos, he knows I have a sucker-punching Arbok, which I do, and, yeah, I sucker punch, which, obviously, if you're a normal person, you wouldn't have switched, but whatever, I don't care. So, he goes for Close Combat, and somehow I live that, which I lulled, and I go for a Gunk Shot. I don't know what I was predicting there, but yeah. Anyways, then I Sucker Punch, hoping for a crit or some shit, which doesn't happen, and yeah, he kills me off with a second Close Combat, which is like, whatever. So, yeah, Arbok dies, which is pretty sad, and I go into my Trippin' Balls, which is my fucking, what's his face, I don't know what it's called, but yeah. Scoilipede? Scoilipede, yes. So I go for a Swords Dance on the Switch, which is schmexy because I get a Swords Dance and whatever, and he goes for a Swords Dance himself, which is, I do not understand why, because he's burnt. Why not just attack me? And, yeah. And hell, he could have gotten a crit stonage, so who knows. So now he goes into his, thing again, and as I go into my Pokey, predicting an... Actually, I predicted a Brave Bird, but he ends up going for Vengeance, which is like, why do you have Vengeance on a friggin' Staraptor? Use Double Edge. Just saying. But yeah. Anyway, so, he sends in fucking, Jolteon as I, yeah, whatever, I don't know. But, yeah, he sends in his Victorizer, and I Leech Seed it, which will die. Thank goodness. And, actually it doesn't die. But do I Protect? No. What? I don't even remember what the fuck I do. Oh, I switch. I switched into my Latios. Why did I do that? I don't understand. Whatever. So yeah, U-turns. What the fuck was I thinking there? Okay, whatever, who cares? And I go into fucking Notori because, yeah. And, I get paralyzed again. Dude, I got paralyzed so fucking much and missed the Focus Blasts. Yay, I deserved that burn earlier because of all the hacks on his side. But anyways, I go for the Leech Seed, which ends up Leech Seeding the Jolteon, which is awesome, and yeah, I get HP back. And, predicting a switch into his... Well, I guess I didn't really predict it, I just went for Gyro Ball. Yeah. And I kill the Victini. So now he has a Staraptor, and I know his moveset is U-turn, Vengeance, Close Combat, and Brave Bird, so I knew that the only moves that would hit Gengar really well would be Brave Bird, and if he does go for Brave Bird, he'll die from Recoil, and then all he has left is Jolteon, and I have my Notori for it. Or he could, you know, Close Combat or something and not do anything. So, yeah, I predict all that shit. And he goes into his thing again, any Brave Birds. I don't know why I switched to this thing, I guess just for sure kill, because Steel Thorns and stuff. And I win! So, yeah, that was a good game, AK. Have your link in the description, and comment, rate, subscribe, guys. I'll see ya.